Hello and welcome to my channel. It's Darcy with Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media, and it is time for another How Do You Do? Hashtag How Do You Do? So this is a collaboration with Sharyl at the Whole Bucket, and I will make sure to link everybody below. Hold on, I'm going to take this tape off camera because it's loud. There are, I believe, 8 of us doing this, unless the hurricane is keeping someone from being able to do it. So the last time, Sharyl had stuff that she sent to us, and we all did a project using the same stuff, just to see, you know, all the variety of ideas that come from having the same stuff. So this time, we all contributed. So we sent our stuff to Sharyl, and she sent it out to us. And so that is what this package is. And of course, you know, this packaging that she used to mail it in, I'll be using that, obviously. I mean, I always do. Why wouldn't I? I could even just use it as, I'd have thought I would just stuck it down here as my underpaper. And then who knows what it would have ended up looking like. And look, she sent it in a nice little plastic to keep everything together. I love that. That makes me happy. Okay, so this is going to the side, but it will likely get used. As you can see, I use paper bags as my underpaper often. And so this is what we all received. If you've already seen the unboxing, you can go ahead and skip this part if you'd like and just fast forward to where I start making something. There is this fun piece of fabric. To have some ideas now that I know, well, I know what's in here because I saw Sharyl's video, but I already forget. So, oh, and then we have these really cool full cardstock papers. They're all different colors. That I already know. And we've got some, I want to go through this really quickly because I just kind of want to get started and playing. We've got some paper here. I'm going to put all my paper off to the side. And napkins. I'll put all my napkins in a pile. Definitely want to do something with those. That's cardstocky paper. Alright, images I'll put in a pile. And then we have all these little bits here too. Squirrel. So, come on. So we have a little bit of lace. Some beads, which just went everywhere. Let's see, where can I put the beads? The beads need a place to rest. Oh wait, didn't I see some washi tape? Alright, I'll put them in the thing of washi tape. Oh, you want to actually, it's just gray, don't worry. This is, it's like a piece of, it's lace, but it's paper, but it's not paper. It's more like what you might use for like party supplies. But that is an embellishment, so that's cool. We've got some fibers and some string and some little metal pieces, a little anchor and another bead and some game cards and some game money and some more win, lose, or draw, a little piece of thick card and another game thing and some smaller papers and some glittery cardstocky papers. That goes with the cardstock, and some papers, some fibery papers. That is thicker than regular. This one's got some cool texture on it and is shiny. And another piece of cardstock and some stickers. So that would go with embellishments. Alright. And then we have this fun little sack, which I will probably put in my ocean journal. Because you can do that. If you get stuff in here that is going to go in a separate journal, they don't all have to be used in the same project. You can do a bunch of little projects or big projects. It doesn't matter. But yeah, this one's going to go in my ocean journal. Just saying. Ooh, cool. We've got some cool pieces of paper here. I don't know how I would use that. I would probably use all these as like embellishment type things. Where'd that, oh, like this piece here. And then we've got, sorry, a little, isn't that so cute? Ooh, we can make like a tiny little snippet roll to put on there. Oh, wouldn't that be fun? A little piece of quilt, a big leaf, which could be used on the gel plate maybe. A magnet, a little scrap, That is a sticker scrap, so I'm going to put it with the stickers. And magnet, that is its own category. Some chain and some charms and a bunch of wood buttons. Oh, look, kitty! And a gear and some, ooh, paper clips. I might have to make some hidden paper clips. And another piece of wood. There was another piece of wood in here too, wasn't there? Now that there's more than one, it's like the whole category on its own. Also, these are things that could be used on the gel plate, so that's another thing. Oh, washi tape. That's all little bits of washi tape. I think somebody sent like 8 different washi tapes, and so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. So Sharyl just split them and sent them to everybody. And then we have some lace here with a little bit of aqua, another piece of fabric, a piece of tissue, an envelope. Some more paper, some paper scraps. Oh, something just fell. Is that it? Yep, that's it. Oh, shoot. My wheel is on a stencil. We don't want that. It's a little stencil, but still. So, paper scraps. There's map and book page. Piece of fabric. And in here are some stamps. And looks like some little quotes and whatnot. And, oop. Keep all the stamps in there. Oh, it's a tiny little playing card. That's cute. That is cute. Opinion, the views. Okay, so there's like a little definition, a little barcode, and some scraps of paper. I'm going to put that with the paper. Put these with embellishments. Also embellishments, actually. I'm going to put all these fibers and embellishments together in here with the napkins and these bits for now. Keep them together. Those are some of the, ooh, little piece of doily and a check and this cute little butterfly, which I think was done on the 3D printer. Isn't that cool? Another napkin. Ooh, look, cool. Some quotes, so that'll be cool. Ooh, glass and bag. And a piece of tablecloth, which also good to use on the gel plate, and a large piece of vintage kind of paper. I don't know. I found it at the thrift store, obviously. That's one that I sent in. I tried to send in things that people wouldn't have in their stuff because I thought, well, that'll be fun. All right. That is paper. That is embellishments. All right. So I'm going to need to come up with some ideas now. Well, some gel plate is going to be happening at some point. Okay, one of the things I want to do, because there has been, Chasing Retro has been doing an open collaboration called Ready Set Stash, and one of the things that they were making were fabric tags. So I kind of want to make some fabric tags. I've been wanting to make some fabric tags. So I'm going to do a couple of those. A smaller flower here would be good. And then I'd still have enough to use this for a cover. Because if I use this for a cover, of a journal, I definitely will want that flower on the front. So that means I have all this that I can use, or at least that. I don't think this is going to tear, you know. I don't know that this is oh, it is tearing. That's cool. All right. So now, just need some cardstock. Ooh. This is kind of a thicker cardstock, and, well, that's pink. I don't have that in it. Do we have anything with more of this color in it? Kind of. So this could be like the back. I have a feeling it's not going to rip both directions. Yeah, I had a feeling it was that kind of fabric that only rips in one direction. Yeah, these are not, obviously, not my, not my fabric scissors. Okay, so I'm probably just going to kind of do some things. I'm just kind of going on the fly. I have no plan. I like the back of that. So the back's going to, that's the front of it, I think. So I'm going to put that on the back since this is going to cover the front here. And just cut that down to about there. Yep, all the precise measuring that happens here is exciting, right? I could have grabbed another piece of, what's the word I want? Oh, I could have grabbed anything. Plain piece of cardstock. But I actually kind of like that this will be dark on the back and some of the bits. Does that go with one of the colors in there? Not really. That bright pink color would probably be fun. And I'm going to use some Fabri-Tac just to tack this down and then let it dry completely. I'm kind of avoiding the edges because I am going to sew it eventually down the line at some point. It's a thicker fabric, so I probably don't need to do this, but I am going to just spread it out so that I don't have lines in the fabric. But since it is a, I could have even used a glue stick just to tack it down until I sew it. If I'm sewing it, I don't need to worry about, you know, the glue so much. But if you're not sewing it, then you will want to make sure you sew it all the way to the edges. And, you know, glue is how you will attach it. I'm going to, alright, I'm going to trim this, see if I have better scissors to trim this with. Alright, so I trimmed that up, and I'm just trying to kind of rough up my edges a little bit. Usually is pretty easy. Well, the sides are nice and roughed up. That works. And I will sew that at some point, but also I want to make it a tag, so just gonna do my corners. Just cut the one corner, flip it over, cut this corner. Yep, and then I'll sew that. I might add a little something else. Did we say this kind of went with it or didn't go with it? You know, I don't hate it. I kind of want to sew that down at the bottom here. And you can, oh, did I mention you can use anything from your own stash? You can use any supplies or tools or whatever from your own stash. There is no rule about that. I do try to use as much of these pieces as I can. I'm not always super fantastic at that. So I'm going to spread that out a little bit because the sari silk is thin. And I just kind of want to scrunch that down there a little bit, and then I'm going to sew across there when I sew around. Alright, so there is one thing done. Yay! Oh, I have another piece of fabric. Do I want to make a tag out of this one too? And then we also have this, oh, I love this quilt. This little piece of quilt. I want to figure out, that's like thick, so I'd probably use that on a cover somewhere. We could make a journal topper. Might be able to find some cool stuff. Let's make a journal topper, because this I think would really need to be part of a journal topper. Do we want it on, do we want to keep it light, or do we want to bring in some hello darkness my old friend? Also there's this paper which I like. Do that on the brown. Do we like the brown or the, maybe the shiny doesn't make sense. What else can we use part of a, oh, we had that, oh, I know. Alright. Jump out, let's dump out our little bits here. And you know, that might be cool on a journal topper too, but I'd want, or this, but I would want to adjust the colors of it, basically. Alright, might be time to take out the gel plate already, also. I think that would be cool on there. And also, I might want to change the color of this too, since it's white. I think I'm going to spray that though. Alright, I'm going to try not to squirrel too much, and just kind of follow my ideas as they come, which is squirreling in itself. So, but I'm a person who could totally squirrel and then squirrel and then squirrel some more. If this was a different color, I would also love that on a. All right, let's pull out the gel plate. Okay, now surprisingly, the first thing I'm going to do on the plate is this piece of fabric. It's a little too bright and springy for me at the moment, and that's not where my brain is. And so I'm gonna see what I can do to change up the color. This will greenify and orangefy things, maybe. I don't know. It's transparent yellow oxide. So, well, that was sticky, wasn't it? Also, there we go. Oh, I've got some. So if your brayer doesn't move, there's always a possibility that there's some dried paint keeping it from moving, and you can just go ahead and figure out where that is and grab some tweezers. Try not to actually dent your brayer itself, but just, you know, pull out that dried paint that's getting in your way if you can. Oh, moves much better when it's not being stopped completely. Look at this. I got a new acrylic plate back here just for you guys. Just saying. Which is, that's the front. And if I don't like that color, I can always try another color. Let's see. Get some of that over here. So now we have definitely aged that a bit. I think I might also take some Vintage Photo Distress Spray, which I'm almost out of and doesn't want to spray. That's alright. Just pour some on there. Spread it out. And if I don't want it that dark, I'd probably want to add some water. I'm not worried about it right this second. I'm mostly going to get these spots in the middle here anyway. And that is definitely going to make that darker. It'll dry later. I am going to just kind of add water just so it will spread a little bit. And now that is a totally different piece, and we'll see what that looks like when it's dry. So that is dry, and I'm going to, oh, it won't work with this. I got clean water. Oh, I actually have clean water for once. I'm going to see if I can get some of the modeling to happen, but probably not because fabric is very porous. So getting the water to like sit there long enough for the mottling, M-O-T-T-L-I-N-G, to happen is works better on paper, and not all papers. So that is quite dark. I don't know how I feel about that. Might be a little too dark, I don't know. Or maybe it'll be like great with this now. Bring a little pop of color for the journal. And then I need to decide, let's stick with some blues and whatnot. Blues and browns. I don't want to get it wet because I do want to use it for, go ahead and get that wet and get that string off of there. And you know what? What if we do that with a napkin as well? I mean, I will have to take it apart first. It's really something you should do after you've glued it down. Just saying. Alright. But we're going to take a chance. I think that is there another layer? I think that's it. I think it's just 2 layers. Because getting it wet means it's probably going to not come off the plate easily. I take a chance of ripping it for sure. Especially now that it's already wet. What I'm doing is not the smartest thing in the world. Just spraying it would be better. Alright, I'm going to set that aside to dry. Alright, and I'm just trying to get this used up on here. So, here we go. Just take the back of the napkin. And we'll do something fun with the napkin backs. I think that will actually be some of the most fun. I kind of want to squirrel on that, but no, we're not squirreling right now. I got all these inks out to use inks, but now I'm like, no, I want some blue. So I think this blue-gray is really good with this. So we'll see what ends up happening. Whoops. And there's this. I'm going to rip down the paper that came with that it was packed in. You know, so I have a place to brayer off, which is not going to then hopefully get underneath my plate and make it messy like the last one was. So that's what happened to the last one, is I would just brayer on my under paper and then I would get paint all over my acrylic. So, you know. Alright, let's go ahead and put some of this down, and maybe put this down in a couple places. No, that's not doing anything. Alright, let's start with this wood piece. If you have some wood pieces, this is a good way to use them. And also a good way to get them covered if you want to cover them. Let's see. Oh, no, I want to leave that way. I would have used this on the plate as well for texture, except I want to leave it white. So what about doing a little bit with the, whoops, oh, there we go. Just kind of, wherever it lands, that's where it lands. Patricia, PM Artist Studio, calls this a shadow technique, just kind of where you take a stencil. In this case, it's a die cut, but that's okay. And you kind of flip it and whatnot, and just use the brayer, and you get some good texture on there. Oh, I need to close my curtains. The sunlight was coming in. I mean, it's sunlight through some clouds, but you know, I'm happy for the sunlight. All right, so this has to dry, and then I will pick it up. You know, we'll see. You can definitely see some stuff in there, and I will pick it up with what color shall we pick it up? This has a little bit of brown. I might pick it up with brown actually, but that will be in a minute. Let's grab something. Ooh, so now this is blue. It's painted, which is nice. Is it the blue that we, oh yeah, I like that. That would be really cute. Journal cover together. See these little brown spots on here though? That kind of makes me want to do something on this with spots of some sort. Or do you want spots? I don't know. Alright, so if this doesn't come out, it's not the end of the world, because I can always paint over it and add something else if the houndstooth doesn't work great. The paint's still a little wet, so I should probably wait for it to dry. But no, why would I do that? That's cool. And just kind of over here. See, hopefully, there we go. That's fun. I like that. Doing a little bit, nope, because then it won't be straight. It's okay. Just kind of clean off that over here on our brayer off sheet, because that will be some cool stuff. Oh yeah, I was looking for this the other day for the other journal I was working on. In September, there was like 2 weeks of working on, it's called Mixed Media Play. There's a whole playlist. Yeah, it was right next to me. I saw it a little bit afterwards. So yeah, that flower has been transformed. I love that. So I think I might like this. It's kind of, I don't think it could do a lot more on a gel plate, but I want that one to be brown. So I'm just going to take Van Dyke Brown here on this plate. I don't know, you guys, does anybody else like blue and brown together? I do. I don't know why, but I do. I think it's a nice combination. And now I'm like, I might have to do a whole journal with that now that I'm making a journal topper for that. All right, so I'm going to do that shadow technique. You just kind of flip it. Now in this case, I want brown all over this, so I'm just kind of trying to, I'm going to get paint all over me, but that's okay. I'm just trying to get it in a way so that I get paint on all the bits while getting some fun texture on the plate. If a little bit of yellow shows, it's not the end of the world. It might not even show because but you know, leaves are not all perfectly one color. In fact, I might want to set this side to dry. And then, you know, won't these be fun pages in the journal that journal topper is on? Oh yeah. Yep. Okay. I'm just gonna take this and take off some of the brown. Oops. Which now has like, oh, some of the blue is under there too. That's right, forgot about that. Oh, careful. Oh shoot, that's on me. It's okay. Leaves break in the wild too. That was a chance that I took. Maybe shouldn't, you know. here's what we'll do. If it's gonna kind of break all like that, we're just gonna take this, just gonna glue it right onto here. And this will be a piece that we use for the journal topper. You know, things happen, you adjust. It's all good in the neighborhood. You make it work. It's nice that there's already some of that. Alright, so it's still wet, but that's okay. Oh, I still want, well, if I use that, I might not even use that. So, is that too much, do you think? Like this could go down here opposite from where that blue is. This could go this way instead. See, oh yeah, blue and brown fall journal. Go against the norm with your colors for fall. Or it could be winter, but and then we have like the quilt, which makes us think of cold weather and keeping warm and whatnot. I kind of want to put something, oh, you know, that actually would probably be perfect back there. Or is there anything else that would be perfect back there? This right here would probably, I'm just going to tear a little piece of that out. And do I have something with tiny spots, tiny dots? Tiny dots. They're not exactly like those, but that's okay. Just going to do that and see if I like that. I do like that. And that's similar to that blue there, which I like. Alright, let's just glue that down. As soon as we, why? I had my glue before. Remember I cleaned off my table. I cleaned off my desk before I started, and I had glue. Oh, it's behind my iPad. Okay. So I'm just gonna glue that backing on there. Journal toppers, they can be anything you want. You can layer them. They could just be a picture. There's no right or wrong for journal toppers, but what's nice about a journal topper is you can use some of that stuff that's just kind of too bulky for inside the journal on top of your journal topper. All right, let's go ahead and glue this down. And you know, you just make things work. You make a mistake and get your piece stuck on something, well, that's where it lives now. I could totally cut around the leaf even. I don't have to keep it. Actually, I might even do that. Let's see. Alright, I'm going to cut around where the leaf is. Alright, since I like this color with it, which I didn't have before, I'm just going to go ahead and make it a little bit more organic-y type edges. Just kind of rip the edges. And have that be part of my background, I think. What else can be part of the background? And now that this is cut, I can kind of put it, the only thing I just probably kind of want to cover that spot there. That's the only thing about that. But no, I don't want to totally cover up this piece. Also, you can even have it be poking out in a couple places. And then, oh, see, that I think would make a really cute journal topper, just like that even. All right, let's glue it together before we forget what we did. I'm going to use Fabri-Tac because I've got wood and, I don't know, all kinds of different things here. I'm just going to glue those corners there. Get my leaf down there. Just kind of glue the middle of this. And is that about where it was? I don't remember. Oops. Alright. Fabri-Tac does not dry as quickly as... Was this over more? Probably. Wherever it was is where I liked it. I still want some of that to show. I still want some of that to show. I want that. It's good. This is a good thing that the Fabri-Tac does not dry as quickly. It gives me a little bit more time to arrange things how I want them. Could have even used the back. The back of that has just a little bit of green and more of a periwinkle blue. But I really liked that. And if my journal ends up being, if this is too wide for my journal, I could back this to have it stick off the journal. Sometimes I like things sticking off my journal, so that's not a bad thing. But or I could just make the journal wide enough to fit this cover. Can I still move that a little bit? That's the thing with Fabri-Tac. You get a little bit more time. Oops. A little bit, not tons. You don't get the rest of the year to work with it. You just get a little bit more. Oh, it's still too wide. Come on. We're going down. We need to use our verticalities here, not our... Whoops, got a little bit of glue on there. It's alright. There we go. It can even go, well, you know, I probably want that to be straight, but that works alright for me, I think. I'm running out of time to maneuver this, just saying. Alright, the leaf and the flower, I don't mind crooked. Everything else, I would like, not straight per se, but, you know, I don't know. Alright, what do we think? Do we like it? I really like this idea of a blue and brown fall style type journal. So journal topper, there we go. So I'm gonna keep just making things as they come to my brain. Do I want to do anything? Oh, I was just thinking about I could do another journal. I think I'm going to cut this. Actually, if I glue it down first and then cut it. So I'm just going to use a piece of the packaging and glue that down. I might even leave a little bit of a border. And on that border, I might do some stamping. So, oh, but if I do it, alright, I'm going to make corner pockets, which is why and I want a border all around the corner. Those scissors. These I haven't used as much, so they are a little bit better. They're a little sharper, so they're a little bit better on the fabric. They're not going to be on the same page or even on pages across from each other, so I don't need them to be exact same size. This time I am just going to use, what is this called? I know, you're probably like, that's wasteful. Well, yeah, I know. Just gonna. Maybe you can do it that way instead. That would make more sense. Go this way. Go this way. The glue will dry. I'll have to put this aside for the glue to dry. And once the glue is dry, I'll probably use a decollage ruler. I need to move that down a little bit. Might be helpful. Give myself a little bit more border. And then sew around these as well. So I'm going to leave a little bit of the paper bag showing. And I may come in and do some stamping around the edge of it or not. Time will tell. Time will tell. But these are going to be pockets. Corner tucks, pockets, however, corner pockets. Or they could be, I don't know, we'll see how we end up using them in the book. But for now, the glue needs to dry so I can do something with them. Alright, I'm not going to cut in the middle because I can just get my ruler in there. And that's not straight, and that's okay. We're going for a little bit of, and I need to be careful where I put things because I will forget where I put them and then not be able to find them later. Alright, and if I'm going to do a blue and brown journal, I'm going to use my instant coffee on some things. On what things, I don't know. But definitely, I'm going to use it on some things. Also, oh, now, alright, so I want to do something with this as well. I definitely want to do something on the gel plate with it. Let's go ahead and I think this is dry enough. We can go ahead and pick this up with some brown. I think will work because we have a nice opaque paint down here, so I think brown will work. So I'm using blue gray, Van Dyke brown, and I'm sure that I will bring in some Payne's gray or navy blue, which my Payne's gray that I use is pretty much navy blue. And since I didn't grab anything yet, let me just go ahead and sorry. I needed to get it on here quickly. saying you could use your Baron if you have one to do that, but if I'm going to use this as a page in a journal, I kind of would like there to be a little bit of a grunginess on the back side of it as well. Okay, I am going to let that dry. Then, now every page doesn't have to be brown and blue. This, I could do cream instead, because cream would be a nice color with this. Here it is. I've got buttercream here, buttermilk. I'm almost out of it, and I bought like the big one. What is this? 8 ounces, and it's already, so you're wondering if I use it. Yes, I do. And that, yes, that was the gel plate that I just put paper on. Falling. I need to clean my studio. I have so many things. This still looks wet, so I'm taking a chance here. What was I saying? Oh, I have so many ideas, so many things I want to do, and then some things that I need to do. And that's okay. It'll all get done eventually down the line. Or it won't. Maybe it won't all get done, because, you know, I will have another idea that I want to do before I even get to do the things that I'm thinking that I want to do. Was there was still another piece. It's just, there's our addresses on it, though. I should be able to get it on. Oh, good. There's quite a bit on there. I never worry about if my pages are perfectly straight and neat and perfect. Most of the time, unless I'm making a journal with, if I'm making a journal for somebody, I don't know. That's different. In my brain, I'm always making journals for myself. If I don't keep them, well, at least they've been made to how my brain would want them to be. Unfortunately, some people do like my style. Some people like some of my style. It's okay. And sometimes you might see a comment that looks negative, but it's not. It's okay if people express their opinions in my comments, as long as they're not mean about it, which the person I'm talking about is never mean. She just has opinions, and it's okay. I love her. And you guys should love her too. Okay. Let's see. Is the glue dry on this? No, it's not. Alright, I'm waiting for a gel plate. And, I mean, I have other gel plates I could use, and I'm waiting for stuff to dry. So right now is a waiting for things to dry moment. Let me regroup my brain. Oh, wait. Okay, go ahead and bring this out. This is the old acrylic plate that was underneath my gel plate. Let's see, we also have this glassine bag, which is too large to put on a page, so it's probably going to go in a journal as a page. So it will get decorated like this. Let's see. Ooh, black. If I'm wondering how much of these napkins I can spray and set to dry, and once they're dry, be able to use them on stuff. See, or this one actually will be good in this journal because it's got black. So, so the glassine bag is not a porous. Oh, I was going to add this to this, wasn't I? Forgot. Somebody remembered though, and they're like, "You forgot the little piece of lace." I still want it there. Fabri-Tac just adds another little pop of something. So do I want it there? Do I want it to kind of pop out down here? Because that'd be cute too. Or it's a circle. It doesn't have to go straight, does it? It could just go anywhere. It could just kind of tuck out under there even. Ooh, I don't hate that. Sorry, not sorry for the squirreling. It's kind of what I do. There. Oh my god. No. Is there a front or a back? I don't know. I think there. There's good. Oh my goodness. The glue cover needs to come off. So, just going to put some glue under here. A lot of glue apparently. And just kind of tuck that under there and stick that on there. And so I don't want that to come off. Alright, we're just gonna put a little bit of glue there. I'm looking for this because I don't really want to stick my fingers in that. And just lay that down, and then that will hold that down. Everything else seems to be sewed in pretty well. Okay, I think that added to it. Do you think? What do you think? Do you think? I think. Alright, so that is drying. Oh, we're looking at the glassine bag. And I'm pretty sure there's another layer on here. And if I were smart, I would just get out my tape, Scotch tape, and do that. I know about that, but also I can see it separating right here, and I'm just like, I can do it. I know I can. I knew I could. Sometimes I wish like I could get 2 layers off at once so that I could do more with it, but at least the other one that was 2-ply was a little bit stronger. Alright, let's just go ahead and kind of cover. We'll just cover this whole thing. Let's do it this side because this is the longer part, which kind of makes that the front, but doesn't matter because it's going sideways. So, put the glue back on this. Oh shoot. I was going to use this to clean it off, but then I was like, oh wait, I was going to use, this is like a thicker piece. It might be 2 layers that actually came off, so I can like kind of play with it more before it starts ripping. That's why I don't want to do anything with that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. So I'm just going to glue this on with glue stick. Glue stick, glue stick. Do 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 do. I had glue stick 10 minutes ago. Yeah, this is definitely the back of the bag, but that's okay. We'd want to cover that part anyway. And I'm kind of hoping that like the color of this glassine bag still shows through the napkin a little bit, so it won't be like a perfectly white napkin anymore. And I'm just going to do it like that. Oh, we missed a corner. I'm not worried about that. And just cut it off. Easy peasy. If, like me, no matter how hard you tried, you still made a hole, a rip, you know, cut your bag when you were cutting off the edges. This one I used a ruler, so it's a little bit more. You can just hopefully glue it together, or I might even, just put paper over it. I'm wondering, will this come out all the way? No, that's glued down in there. Alright. So, I might do that. What did we have for paper? We've got some of this. I don't know if I'm going to have any pages for journal pages. So I'm just going to keep using all the paper I've got here. Because I like this as like a background paper or whatever. So I want that to be a little bit more worn and organic. And I need to make it wide enough to fold it over. And there we go. I'm just going to fold that over. Try to make it straight. Trying to follow that line there. And I'm going to glue it on here. And it'll just be decorative and interesting. And I'm going to go ahead and use art glitter glue because the back side might be a little bit more. The glassine on the back side, I know, so far, it's working okay on this side. Ah, my fan is on. As Eddie from Eddie Makes Art calls it, my Beyonce fan. Because if we're on a Zoom call, you can see my hair floating like Beyonce's with her fans floating at her. Well, look at this. These pages are like the same height as this bag. Isn't that nice? That works out nicely. Okay, I'm going to just cut right there so I don't lose my pocket, but I can still have that go all the way to the top, but I can still put something in the pocket all the way down. You could do it on both sides or just one side, it doesn't matter. And then I'm going to wait and fold that when it's completely dry, and then that will be a page in a journal. And did I say that I wanted to add like some script or something to it? I think I do. I think I do. What kind of script? And I'm just going to keep it neutral, I think. We've got the tan and the black, and I'll do some brown script. This is Versifying Pinecone. And I'm just going to kind of do a little bit here and there, especially if I can kind of go over. Oh, I'm going to go sideways too. You don't have to go just one direction. You can. I know some people really, they don't like it to go more than one direction in their script, and that's okay. But think of your script as stripes, you know. It adds a little something to the background, and then, you know, whatever gets put, doesn't matter, and now it won't matter, you know, if I put it this way or this way in the journal, or if I end up putting it, if I have like a tall journal and end up putting it that way, it will still work, you know, to just fold that over and put it as a page in like a taller journal. Either way, it's good. So, decorating a glassine bag. I'm going to leave this open so that whatever is in here will show through there. We do have that down there, which is nice. There we go. This will have to dry for 5 days because this is not a porous surface, and this works best on a porous surface. I don't know about 5 days, but you know, take some time. Let's put it that way. And maybe it'll never dry. It's always a possibility with inks. Something you gotta think about, right? How are we doing on time? So I don't know how many videos this will be, but I don't want to make it hugely long. So let's see if we can go ahead and pull those pulls so we can at least finish a couple things. You know, have completed what we started in the video. Alright, I'm missing a spot there, but that's okay. Some other spots. It's partly because of the paper I used, and partly because I probably should have left it on longer. But we've got some texture in there in the blue, and would go nicely in a book with that cover. And then we've got, that's almost like a tree with a branch, kind of, or a branch or something. I don't know, kind of. You see what you want to see and stuff, right? So, let's get this to where we can, oh, whoops, that did not get put down very clearly down there. So, and the paper had a big fold in the middle, but it's okay. It didn't pick up the whole thing, and I'm okay with that. Because now, I'll be able to pick this up on maybe some plain paper, and they'll be coordinating in the journal, which will be really good. So, that can be a page in a journal. That can be a page in a journal. This, I'll probably add some more stuff to it and then pick it up. Hopefully in the next video. Hopefully show it to you. We have a journal topper. And we have a fabric tag. So in the end, I may end up with 2 journals because I'm pretty sure this would be another journal. And so this would go with that journal. I mean, just going through this stuff, I had other ideas that I was thinking of doing, but then once I opened the stuff and got in there, I just kind of went with, oh, this is what my brain wants to do. I was talking about finish, oh, and we did that. Talking about finishing things. Let me finish these pockets. Like I said I would. So I'm just taking my, it helps if you put it the right direction, my decollete edge ruler and leaving a border with the paper bag around. And I'm not worried about it being straight or not. And then it'll probably go in a journal like this. I may have to, let's see. Well, unless I do it like this across the page and then glue the bottom, and then it could be a tuck up here. Because I did not concern myself with making my triangle straight and even and perfect. That was not something I was worried about. I was just wanting to get it on paper. And it's okay. I could even, whoops, could even rip it all the way, couldn't I? That's not what I wanted to do. Generally, it's easier to rip if you have, there we go. I usually rip the other way because it's just a little bit easier, especially if you only have a little bit of space. Could have made my borders a little bit smaller, but oops. Oh, man. And I could have used scissors as well. Like if I actually, well, that one gave me a nice, you know what, I say that. Do I want to use scissors? I don't know. Let's try one with scissors and see. When I say scissors, I mean like, not these scissors. Not those. I want like the wonky, they're probably on, these are like a deckled edge scissors. This is what it looks like. So I'm just gonna see if I can get a little bit closer and have it be, I don't know if it's the glue on there or if I just don't have enough space to cut. I don't know exactly. Could be both. Get that off of there. I do know how to cut with scissors, but these scissors do not want to cut nicely for me at the moment. Alright, this will give me a little less paper bag around the edge, which is fine, everything's fine. Now, fabric is porous, so I'm thinking I could use those permanent inks on the fabric, and that would be perfectly fine. And I don't know which journal this one would end up in, or a totally different journal, because it's got blues and the pinks. Well, yeah, this one has the blues and the pinks. So it might actually end up being in that journal. I think it'll look kind of cool. I inked the edges. Alright, see, I think I kind of like that. Let's see what it looks like with the edges inked. Just grab it. I like to use, that's not it. That's not the one I like to use. I like to use the one I put over here, and I thought I had put over there. The coffee archival ink. This might have some other ink on it too, but kind of looks a little bit glossy on the glue on there. So, you know, we're just gonna rip that right off. Ow. Now, some people say they can't see the difference when you add the ink, but I mean, maybe on camera you can't. I can. It's especially getting a little bit darker on the outside edges, because there's the scissors really make for a nice edge for getting a dark inking. Alright, I think that's kind of fun. So I'll cut that and do the same with that. And also I'm going to do that script stamp on here. This one will probably, I don't know which direction this one will go. I could wait and do the stamping when I know. Let's see. I think that will be good. Which way? There we go. There we go. I'm going to do the other one, pause, and do the other one and be right back. I thought I'd show you real quick before I add the stamping to the second one, and if you can see if you like that difference or not, if it makes a difference. I think it does make a little bit of a difference. It just adds a little bit more interest to it, a little something else to keep your eye looking on it a little bit. And just kind of pressing in the middle, so I don't cover the whole thing. I just kind of do a few spots here and there, sometimes 3. If you know, you know. Alright, and so check out the description box below for all the other creators. Where can you find the other creators? Some of them you will find on YouTube doing videos like me. I should not name everybody because I can't remember who has a YouTube channel and who's not everybody does it on video is my point. So some of them you'll find on YouTube, some on Instagram. Just look up the hashtag #HowDoYouDo. There's another hashtag for other things, but just look for the crafty ones. And also all of them will have the whole bucket also tagged because that is who started this whole thing. And so for this session we got 2 pockets, page for a journal, a tag, a journal topper, and our side pieces, you know, from making these are kind of like they're papers to use, but they're kind of like a side element that happened from making this. So we got a couple good side pieces to use in a journal. And we'll see what happens in the next video. The next several videos will be how do you do videos? How do you do videos? How you doing? Because that's how you know, I've got more stuff to make, but here's just the first part of it. I hope you all have a delightful day. Love you.